Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Fitri Polimengo. I am a student in Yogyakarta Asia University, Faculty of Health Science, majoring in Medical Laboratory Technology.
Hai, my name is Nafika Cahya N, NIM 1911304127, majoring in Medical Laboratory Technology at Asia University Yogyakarta.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Weny asindri, NIM 1911344129, Department of Medical Laboratory Technology, Faculty of Health Science, Yogyakarta Asia University.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hai, my name is Ashadi Ramdan, NIM 1911304128, from Medical Laboratory Technologies in the 3rd semester. In this video, we will tell you about our analysis of a reading text, namely determining the topic, main idea, and summary of a reading text. Here is the video. Thank you.
Hai guys, di sini aku akan membahas main idea paragraf 1 dan juga 2. Kita mulai dari paragraf 1 yaitu teksnya. The number of people working from home in Switzerland has doubled during the coronavirus crisis. The pandemic is likely to cause a permanent increase in remote working even after the crisis. An overwhelming majority of people currently working from home believe the doing does not harm their productivity. However, many challenges remain and businesses need to take action to make sure they can support their employees adequately. In a representative survey, the latest Switzerland asked 1,500 people all over the country how this sudden change in circumstance and affected them. Nah, itu tadi teks paragraf pertama. Terus main idenya itu the number of people working from home has more than doubled during the coronavirus crisis. Kenapa kok bisa main idenya tuh itu? Karena in the sentence, the main idea is at the beginning of the sentence, and the sentence after it as explanation of the main idea sentence, such of the words pandemic, majority, and others. Jadi ide pokoknya itu berada di awal kalimat, karena kalimat yang kedua dan ketiga itu hanya menjelaskan kalimat utama seperti kata-kata pandemic dan juga kata-kata majority itu menjelaskan atau memperjelas isi kalimat utama itu, dan kalimat yang seterusnya itu hanya mengembangkan. Oke, baik, kita lanjut teks yang kedua. Even before the coronavirus crisis, there was steady increase in people choosing to work remotely, and many companies have moved to more flexible workplace models. Data from the Federal Statistical Office show that between 2013 and 2018, before the crisis struck, there was an increase from 18% to 24% in workers working from home for at least half a day per week. The current crisis around COVID might change this drastically. Our survey shows that during the crisis, around 50% of people who are employed or self-employed are working from home. Even though the majority of these people will return to the office once normality has returned, the number of people working remotely is unlikely to go back to pre-COVID levels. Our survey shows that before the crisis, around 25% of respondents were working from home at least once a week. After the crisis, over 34% believe that they will be working from home at least once a week. Okay, untuk main ideas. Prior to the coronavirus crisis, many people had worked remotely and companies have moved to more flexible workplace model. Kenapa kok main idenya itu? because in this paragraph describe the increase in presentation during the coronavirus. Besides, that is also explains it little about simplifying work, choosing a more flexible workplace. Jadi di paragraf kedua ini dia lebih banyak membahas tentang peningkatan presentasi krisis tersebut dan juga fleksibilitas kerja baik dari rumah ataupun kerja di kantor seperti itu.
Well, here I will explain the main idea of the paragraph. My language is paragraph 3 and 4. Okay, paragraph 3. It would seem probable that for some people working from home can be more productive than working in an office. Depending on the text, we can get things done more efficiently when we do not find ourselves in a noisy office. Our survey clearly underscored this. Over 70% or respondents replied that they are more or just as efficient when working from home. Only 1 in the 4 think that their productivity might suffer when working outside of the office. This finding show that most employers follow flexible workplace models, seeing it enhancing their productivity, which in turn could also increase employee satisfaction. And main idea, paragraph 3. It would seem probable that for some people working from home can be more productive than working in an office. Next, paragraph 4. We also ask people about the challenge they are currently facing working from home. Unsurprisingly, almost half of all respondents see a lack of personal interaction, with colleagues and silence as one of their biggest challenges. About 20% even worry about their mental well-being, as they often feel isolated when working from home. When it comes to these tensions, about third see being distanced by their kids or family as one of the biggest challenges. About 16% do not have a designated workspace at home, which exacerbates the discrepancy and distraction from their family members. And main idea, paragraph 4 adalah almost half all respondents see a lack of personal interaction with colleagues and silence as one of their biggest challenges. About 20% even worry about their distraction. About third see being distanced by their kids or family as one of the biggest challenges. Thank you.
Passage 5 is this result must be interpreted within the context of the current pandemic. Many people are faced with an extreme situation in which they have to improvise workspace and take care of their children at the same time, or that so that those who discredited by their children are much more likely to report that they are less productive at home. Therefore, we might see an increase in the private productivity of employees and children can go back to school. A situation like the current one is unlikely to become the norm for people choosing to work remotely. However, some of today's challenges can serve as practical lessons when it comes to implementing flexible workspace model in the future. Phase 6 is to make sure businesses can successfully enable their employees to be more productive when working remotely post COVID-19. They need to consider a few critical points. Companies that have precisely embraced future of work practice with virtual ratios and technology support for remote workplace are probably well positioned to sustain their operation and respond quickly to the demands of navigating the current crisis. It is therefore vital for companies to take action and take a look of appropriate technology, such as digital device, virtual collaboration tools, and platforms that will support dynamic work location. Technology, however, is not the only important aspect when it comes to working remotely. Companies and their employees need to find ways of organizing themselves and reimagine how best to conduct productive meeting and granted time work. Main idea of Phase 5, people are faced with an extreme situation to improve workspace and take care of their children at the same time. Main idea of Phase 6, ways of organizing themselves and reimagine how best to conduct productive time meeting and grounded efficient time work. Thank you.
I will explain to you the main idea of paragraph 7, but first, I will read the contents of paragraph 7. When working remotely, managers and leaders must ensure that their teams understand their purpose, both on an individual and overall team level, especially in disruptive times. Managers need to communicate regularly with their teams and make sure they establish a new rhythm to achieve the best possible performance. They need to recognize that each team member is different, listen to their needs, and understand that performance might vary depending on how individuals adapt to the new situation. To make sure team spirit stays high, even in a virtual environment, managers should find appropriate ways to reward and recognize teams for their good work. And finally, manager must lead by example. Regular check-ins with each team member are vital to ensure their well-being and that of the team. Leaders should act as a role model and pave the way for a healthier and more sustainable work environment. When working remotely, only then can we fully reap the benefits of working remotely. The main idea of this paragraph is the role of managers and leaders of the team in achieving goals. Thank you. Okay, next, the topic of this reading text is works from home during the pandemic. Okay, next, I will explain to you about the abstract from the reading text. The number of people working from home in Switzerland has doubled during the coronavirus crisis. An overwhelming majority of people currently working from home believe that doing so does not harm their productivity. Data from the Federal Statistical Office show that between 2013 and 2018, before the crisis struck, there was an increase from 18% to 24% in workers working from home for at least half a day per week. Our survey shows that during the crisis, around 50% of people who are employed or self-employed are working from home. Even though the majority of these people will return to the office once normality has returned, the number of people working remotely is unlikely to go back pre-COVID-19 levels. The current crisis is serving as a large-scale remote working experiment, demonstrating what works and what does not. Leaders should act as a role model and pave the way for a healthier and more sustainable work environment when working remotely. Thank you.